Mechanics is the first topic during your learning of physics practicals. So for today we are going to start our lesson. Welcome to our lesson of physics practicals. In our topic mechanics, that is a very important topic when we are going to start learning practicals in physics, because this mechanics will give you the awareness for the coming topics like current, electricity, the Hooke's law, the light topics. So for today in mechanics, I will teach you the acceleration, how to determine acceleration due to gravity by using a simple pendulum. Acceleration due to gravity using a simple pendulum. When we talk about the acceleration due to gravity, a simple pendulum, we talk about the relationship between length of the pendulum, how related with the time, and the gravitational force. This is simple pendulum. Simple pendulum. We have the length, we have this pendulum, and within the length there is a time for periodic movement, or we say this is a motion, this is the oscillation. Do you see? So when we talk about the pendulum or simple pendulum acceleration due to gravity, we talk about the relationship between length and periodic motion. So it means you have the length of the pendulum. Also, you will have a stopwatch, this one, in order to record your periodic time or your time for a certain oscillation, and then you are going to find the periodic time for one oscillation. So for one movement, that is acceleration, or that is simple pendulum motion. So by starting, I will show you how to make a relationship from the graph with the equation, how to drive the relation, and then you will see there is a different form of the questions. The first, you have fixed the pendulum, this one. This is pendulum motion. It means the length up to the center of the gravity, up to the center of the pendulum, that is, you record your length by using the meter rule. Then we are going to make oscillation, movement. It means they will move. They're going to oscillate in a small angle. That is oscillation. You will get your time. This is the length. So how to get the equation in order to get the nature of the graph? And what will be how to calculate the acceleration due to gravity. So it means you have a length. Under the gravity flow and the movement, there is a gravitational force. It means that's why the pendulum are not moving totally. the equation or relation, how to derive derivation. Derivation of this one. We have length, we have periodic time, we have acceleration or gravitational force, and we have constant. So will be periodic time is equal to 2 pi under root the length of pendulum under gravitational force. This is a relation according to this setup. That's the first setup. You can be asked to plot a graph. To plot a graph of you can be asked to plot one graph of t square against L. T square against L, periodic time square against length of pendulum. So, if you meet with this question, what will be the nature of a graph and what will be the way of calculating acceleration due to gravity? Can you suggest? Let's I'm going to show you how to reach here, and I will show you the nature of a graph. We have t square here. So in order to get t square, we have to multiply or square both sides. We put this one, we square both sides, and this one we square both sides. This will be squared in this under root and this one. So will be t square is equal to this, then this one will be 4 pi square. Under root will cancel because here there is a half. So this one will be 1. So will be length over g. Because L is x-axis will be remain as L. So it means it will be this one, and that is our nature of the equation. So in order to know the nature of the graph, you will look this one, and then you are going to make with the mathematical relation of linear equation. Linear equation is y is equal to mx plus c. That is our linear equation. Y is equal to y-axis, m is equal to gradient or slope, x is x-axis, and c, that is y-intercept. That is y-intercept. So you have to make this one, to rearrange with this one, and then to reach here, and at the end you will see the nature of your graph. When I put this one, y is equal to, according to the nature, y is y-axis t squared, and the x-axis is length or L. Y is equal to mx, x is here. Then when I plus c here, and here there is no any number, that is plus 0. So according to this one, my linear equation correlate with my equation of our experiment from the setup, and how to get the nature of a graph. What will be the nature of the graph? In order to know the nature of a graph, we look two things. The first is the slope, either positive or negative, and we look about the y-intercept, if it's positive or negative. The first we look here. Here there is a positive. So my graph will be straight line to above. And then if it will be straight, how is it going to cut across? The graph will cut at it. Because there is no any number, there is 0. So it means you cut across 0 here. And this is t square, this is L, and my nature of the graph according to this setup, that is the nature of the graph. How to find the acceleration due to gravity will be derived from the graph. It means you are going to see this one is equal to this one, this one is equal to this one, and this one is equal to this one, but this one also is equal to this one. So which value it has g here? It means slope is equal to 4 pi squared over g. So in order to get the value of g will be equal to g is equal to 4 pi squared over slope. That's how to find acceleration due to gravity. I think for the first, this setup you have understood, and I'm sure you're going to practice on your solving experiment. That is one. Let's go to the second setup, which is different from this one. For the second setup, we have a pendulum x, you have b. It means your L is x plus b. L is equal to x plus b. So what will be the nature of your equation and the nature of your graph? The reflection is from the general equation t is equal to 2 pi under L over g, but this one L is equal to this one, so the equation will be t is equal to 2 pi x plus b over g. Do you see? But x plus b, that is the length of your pendulum. The graph can be asked to plot a part of your length. Let's say x against t square, x against t square. What will be the nature? The nature of the graph, it means x is y-axis, so you have to make x the subject. You have to drive to reach here as your graph and to be proportional to this linear equation, and then now you get the correct nature of a graph. Let's we go. In order to get t squared, we square both the side. Will be t squared is equal to 4 pi squared x plus b over g. That is the first step. In order to make the subject x, we are going to multiply this one. Will be t squared, g t squared is equal to 4 pi squared x plus b. But we find the x as a subject. In order to end with the x, this one will go to this side. Or another way will be 4 pi x is equal to g t squared, because this one with the overlap equal sign will be negative. So then, in order to remain with the x, we divide 4 pi squared and then 4 pi squared. So the equation will be x is equal to 4 g t squared over 4 pi squared minus b over 4 pi squared. Right? Because here was multiplied in both sides, so it means here there was 4 pi squared, and this and this will be cancelled. So the answer will be here will be minus b. So when you put y is equal to m x plus c, what is the nature of your graph according to this equation? Because x is y axis, x is x, t squared is x axis, and that is negative b is y intercept. The nature of graph x t squared. I have said the first we look about the gradient of your graph. This is positive, so it will be straight, and this is negative. Don't look this equation. This is negative y intercept, which is equal to x intercept. So it means it will be straight but across negative side. We will cut through this side. But when will be the graph t squared against x? Will cut will be here positive. You can use this theory to drive t squared against x. That is the question for you. Plot a graph of t squared against x. From this one, plot this graph. Drive, show the nature of the graph. I think you will understood both equations. that is number 2, we remain with another setup. The third setup is different from the second, is different from the first. So because we have the length, the pendulum, we have the length from the floor to the pendulum, and we have the height, the total length from the fixed point or suspending point up to the floor. It means we have this one. We have the length from the floor up to here, and we have the height from here up to the floor. You can see this is the floor. So in order to get the length of x, we have to take the total height minus the length of b. Sometimes this can be constant. So it means you take the total height minus this one, you get the length of this one. So let's go to drive the question. So from normal question, t is equal to 2 pi L over g, length over g. What is L? L here, or L is x, you can call it x, is equal to, will be height minus b. That's the value of length of pendulum. It means when we're going to equate to this one, will be t is equal to 2 pi, because L is x, the length will be height minus b over g. Do you see? That is our question for this setup. So can we ask with the graph? The graph is t square against b. So can you ask the question, how to drive this one to reach here? If you are together from the starting up to now, I think you have a concept you can use it to drive. Let's go on derivation. You square both sides. T square is equal to 4 pi square. H minus b over g. But because my graph is this one against this one, this will be, you are supposed to be here. So it means this is multiplied in both. So the equation will be t square is equal to 4 pi square h minus 4 pi square square b here. This is over g and this is over g, because multiplied in both sides. And then, because our x-axis is b, the graph should change the position. This will come here and this will come another side. So the t square will be t square. Let's write here, t square is equal to 4 pi square negative b over g minus 4 pi square h over g, h over g. And when we put y, let's say right here, t square is equal to negative 4 pi square b minus 4 pi square h over g over g. Y is equal to mx plus c. So our slope is equal to this one, b is equal to this one, and this one. So the nature of the graph will be, this is a plus, this is a plus. When we change, there is no any changes of sign. This is a negative. It means my graph will be will decelerate, and when it decelerates, will be cut across at a positive y-axis. So this is t square, this is b, so we cut it to this direction. So according to this setup, if you have already seen this question, the nature of the graph will be this, as you see here. I think for the third setup will be the last session or the end of this session. Acceleration due to gravity. It means your acceleration will be derived from the slope, and you will be able to get the correct value. Today I have shown you here the nature of the graphs, how to derive the relations or the equation from the setup. Another time, if God wishes, we come here to teach you another concept on our lessons.
Biology Practical Guide for O-Level Secondary School ni kitabu kilichoandaliwa kimwongozo kwa mwanafunzi katika kujifunza biology practicals. Lengo kuu la kitabu hiki ni kuhakikisha mwanafunzi anayesoma biology aweze kufanya vyema katika somo lake la biology na hatimaye shule husika iwe na ufaulu mzuri. Kitabu hiki kabla hakijatolewa kimefanyiwa testing kwa miaka ya 2018, 19, 20, 21 na kimeonekana kimewasaidia sana wanafunzi kunyanyua ufaulu wao wa somo la biology. Kitabu hiki kina content ambayo imepitiwa na wataalamu wa biology kwa shule nyingi na wadau, yani walimu tofauti. Kimeonekana ni bora sana kwa wanafunzi na shule kwa ujumla. Kitabu hiki ni kipya kwa mwaka 2022. Kitabu hiki kina topic sahihi na maarifa sahihi, yani content sahihi na biology practical. Kitabu hiki kiko colored printed. Kitabu hiki kina experimental questions with the answers. Kitabu hiki ni chepesi kwa mwanafunzi kusoma na kuelewa practicals. Kitabu hiki mwanafunzi atasoma practicals zote kwa mpangilio mzuri. Mwanafunzi atapata maarifa zaidi namna ya kujibu maswali ya practicals za biology. Kitabu hiki kiko very specific, tofauti na vitabu vingine. Kitabu hiki kinaendana na mitihani yao ya national examinations. Kitabu hiki utakipata kwa gharama nafuu sana. Tunapokea oda kutoka katika shule, tunapokea oda kwa watu binafsi. Kitabu hiki kitakufikia popote ulipo nchini Tanzania. Wasiliana nasi kupitia namba 0620 22 61 09, 0620 22 61 09. Excellence knowledge for excellence understanding. Karibu sana.